Hello, I'm Simon. I'm the minister of Wallingford Baptist Church. And as we start a new academic year, I really want to encourage you to come to church or come back to church and keep committing every week because it's so important and so important to your faith. It's very few people just give up on their belief and faith. Very few people just totally reject the Christian faith. They tend to just drift away. I used to be a school teacher, and when I started teaching, I was a science teacher, and my degree was in chemistry, but I had to teach biology. And so I had took all the books I could find in the school about biology on the subjects that I was about to teach to read up on so I could teach it straight away. I found this really old biology book, and in it there was an experiment that was horrendous and you could never imagine doing. It was an experiment about, it was called How to Boil a Frog. How to boil a frog. And this experiment was you could take some boiling water, take a live frog, and if you put it in the boiling water, you wouldn't boil a frog because the frog would just jump out. Whereas it said if you wanted to boil a frog, what you did, you put the frog into some normal tepid water and then gradually heat the water up. And the frog wouldn't realize, and the frog would end up dying. What a terrible experiment. I can't believe anyone actually did that. I hope they didn't. But actually, this analogy is for us that actually very few of us die spiritually just by rejecting our faith completely. It is usually just the choices that we make, the giving up of things, the gradual drift that means we actually find ourselves away from the Christian faith almost unintentionally. And when life gets hard, that's easier to do. And so in the book of Hebrews is a book where Christians were just giving up, were just returning to their old way of life, returning to do the things they used to do and stop living the Christian life. They didn't reject it outright, but when it became difficult, when life became hard, they're coming together, they're meeting, they're being and living a Christian, sort of just drifted. And so that's why Paul in Hebrews chapter 10 tells them, let us not give up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another. And what the writer to the Hebrews is saying here is that if we want to keep on in our faith, if we want to keep on making important, if we want to keep on it, even when life is difficult for the church, for the Hebrew Christians, they were being persecuted. Life was hard. Their businesses were struggling because they were Christians. It was almost easier to go back to the way they used to do it, their old communities. But the writer to the Hebrews tells us here to actually keep meeting together because that's the way that we can encourage one another when life gets difficult, when life gets tough, to hold on to our faith and to know that it's our faith that will last, our faith will endure, our faith will keep us through it. So I really want to encourage you to make church, make Sunday morning worship your commitment this term. However difficult it is, how easy it's not to do, don't drift. Just come, just turn up. And as you turn up, you will be encouraged and you'll encourage others in their faith, in living it out and finding that our faith is our encouragement. This summer has been called the summer of discontent with all the crisis, the energy crisis and the financial crisis, and it's only looking like it's going to get worse. And it'd be easier to give up on church saying it's not as important as other things. But actually, someone said this summer should actually be called the summer of solidarity, where people came together to stand together. And that's what church is about. It's about coming together, realizing that our faith is the most important. It's our faith that will endure. It's our faith that will encourage us. It was our faith and the presence of Jesus that will enable us to have hope. So please, can I encourage you this academic term, every Sunday, to be at church? We are there, apart from this Sunday, where we have a joint service at 9:45 on the Kinecroft. From next Sunday, we are at our church building, 10:30 every week without fail. Encourage one another. Be an encourager. Be encouraged. Commit. Put it in your diary. Turn up. However hard it is, be there. And you will grow in your faith. Your faith will grow and it will flourish and you will bear fruit. You will persevere. You'll be encouraged. as we face these uncertain times. So I love to welcome, I love to see you there, and let's encourage one another as we turn up each Sunday. Bye for now. God bless.